Добрый день.
It's not a secret that there is such a deviation in human psyche as autism. Modern medicine doesn't know the occurrence mechanisms of this disease, much less how to cure it. Let's assume that there is a certain structure in human mind, we wouldn't call it for now on purpose, that can correct such deviation in the psyche. You just need to turn it on. And there is nothing supernatural in this assumption, right? And now let's assume that there are people who have learned and know how to turn this structure on. There's nothing supernatural either. And now pay attention to this table. It contains the results of our work and searches and the evidence that these assumptions are correct. At the moment, there are already more than 40 autistic children with excellent, I would rather say breathtaking results in this table. Children who wasn't able to make an eye contact, couldn't put on their socks, now develops normally. They walk with their parents, starts to dress themselves, begin to talk, eat normally. That is, they become normal, full-fledged people. And you can be sure that they will go to a normal school, they will have normal friends, and they will be normal people. So what does it mean? It means that our assumptions that there is such structure and it can be switched on are truthfully. Here's a prime example. Here is a girl called Annie. She is 4.3 years old. Consultation was on April 20th. The diagnosis of cerebral palsy and autism. Annie walks badly, doesn't speak at all, doesn't respond to her name, doesn't look into the eyes, there's no awareness, no herself, sleeps badly, selective in food, doesn't eat vegetables, fruits, rides only in a wheelchair, pees in her pants to this day. The consultation was made on April 20th, and on April 24th, Mom already writes her first review. When she woke up, the first thing, she asked for water, and she drank a whole glass. Many exclamation marks. For us, it's very important. After the end of breastfeeding, Annie drinks very badly. For 2 years, I start my morning with the warm water, and I run around the apartment with a spoon. The following review a week later. I'm excited. I have a neurosis. Didn't sleep all night. Annie feels it and don't sleep from 2 to 6 in the morning. This is a routine for us for almost 3 years. Sleepless nights she spends standing on the radiator, staring out the window, and says something on her own language, the same phrases. This night Annie played with a ball. She climbed on her bed, threw the ball, picked it up, and then threw it up while laughing. The evening is a new portion of my joy. Annie listens to music and begins to dance. I praise her. She immediately catches a slight smile on her face and keeps dancing again and again. No comment. I have put lots of effort before I came to you, and there was no result. Later, evening walk with friends, boy and girl. Boy's mom is a teacher in a kindergarten. She looked at Annie and said, "Fine motor skills work well. She will speak, don't bother." 2 weeks ago we went to a development center for a specialist, speech therapist, psychologist, dialectologist, for a consultation. We were refused. The arguments were poor motor skills. And this is not the first failure. Annie is doing great. She began to run, she speaks a lot on her own, very much. She began to eat cucumbers, and yesterday she ate carrots for the first time. Also, she became persistent. If she needs, she can pull and lead me to the place of her interest. Today Annie learned to jump herself. This is something. I cry for joy. She eats cucumbers every day, has regular stools every day, without any diets. And earlier she was exhausted with constipation. She kisses both me and my spouse. She became assertive. If she needs, she drags me by the hand so that I can give her what she needs. This is another, different, but live little person. And this is a child whose diagnosis cerebral palsy and autism. So what does this mean? This suggests that our assumption that there is a structure capable of restoring abnormalities in the human psyche exists, and it can be launched, and our assumptions are correct. When we scientifically, methodologically correct prove that this structure exists, it will be a turning point in the medicine, such as when microbes were discovered, and that infectiousness of disease comes from them. And it took only 3 months as we began to work. You will find the link to the table in Russian in the description under the video. The English version is still in development.